Hi, we have some technical trouble right now, so hello, but I'm just going to edit some configuration files here. Look, we got to get in and do some, where's the settings.config, because oh, quick save. No, I don't want to do that. The Project Beast quick save, that's right. It's not the official Project Beast, it is but a mere imitation of the Project Beast. Something which is but a beast in name, but scientific in nature. You know, the best experimental aerospace science and technology. 1080, full screen, false. For some reason, my game got stuck in full screen, and that's just not good. Let's see if this will work now. Oh, pardon me. It's thinking really hard. Let me just turn on some extra lights too. Yeah, awesome shirt, by the way. This is DJ Shadow and Cut Chemist, who they did a live show in Oakland DJing with Africa Bambaata's record collection. Africa Bambaataa, of course, is the father of the Zulu nation or whatever. You know, he's badass hip hop pioneer and all that, with amazing collection of records. Long story, but yes. Okay. Notepad++ is indeed a vastly superior notepad. The problem, I used to have to do. Oh wait, hold on. I am hearing sound coming back through here, so just give me a minute. That's really, really good. I have my own voice echoing back through here. It's so funny. Oh, yes. Don't ever change, Twitch. Don't ever change. Yep, no stream key visible there, right? Just checking. Okay, we're all set now. We're all set. Sound effects. Now, okay. Before we get started, we're going to have to come up with I could play some XCOM, but I'm only doing my XCOM at 2560 by 1440, so epic XCOM resolution only. Just wondering why it shows that I'm offline for some reason. How bizarre. So yeah, anyone have some ideas for an interesting thing that we would like to do? Because while you guys are thinking about what we should do in Kerbal Space Program this week, I think I'm going to pour myself a beer. So, unfortunately I had to have it open earlier. So what we have here is Galaxy White IPA. It's from the Anchorage Brewing Company. It's 7%, ale brewed with spices, fermented and aged in French oak foundries. So it's suitably bitter. And it's very, very white for an IPA. Very. Submarine. We're going to try a submarine. That seems like a decent idea. River X Games. Oh, God, this is taking far. Oh, the Sky Ranger. Sky Rangers are dangerous because they need all those actuated pieces. I'd need to actually go in and install infernal robotics and things like that. Self-capture orbit doesn't really work unless I'm using like proper N-body, which I haven't set up yet, have I? Okay. Just trying to pour myself this beer and it is taking forever. Slingshot from the moon. Then Minmus. That's easy. A sub on Eve. What we could try definitely is an anti-gravity ring. I wonder if they fixed that bug. That's a very good question. Let's start new AG OG Agog. Actually, that's like anti-gravity original gangster baby. Thanks, I've got it. ESA is going to fund Dream Chaser, but so's NASA going to fund Dream Chaser. Everyone just wants to have a little space plane, right? Because space planes are cool. What I want to start with actually is see if I can build like a circular thing. Hold on, I'm just going to adjust this to get it in the middle. I miss the old open broadcaster that would actually track the window as I dragged it around. It's very disappointing. There is actual streaming video playing on a screen the size of my palm. Listen, you should try watching streaming video on a watch. That reminds me, let's bring this out here. Yes, somebody tried to do. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I have not actually gone to Eve since the new, since they did a 1.0. To be honest, I went to Eve actually with Project Beast, and then realized that the spacecraft I had was just not going to be suitable for aerobraking. Epic Tech Master is taking classes to volunteer in an observatory. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to put this in the middle. So, what we're going to do here is I'm going to build something and then fake it into orbit because I want to test to see if a particular feature has been improved. Yes, it is Apple product placement. I am a shameless supporter of Apple because they pay me to have fun writing code. Let's face it. So the Apple Watch for some people is absolutely amazing. It is like an essential item which changes the way you communicate. It changes the way you respond to things. And for other people, for most people, I think the number of people that really need an Apple Watch is in the minority. But the other people, it's kind of like it's a nice gimmick. But if you are one of those people, it is amazing. And I think I'm one of those people simply because I'm doing so much internet talky stuff. Just that's my nature. Okay, what am I trying to do here? Apple is not a hipster thing. God. See, it's people like you that make generalizations that just give people that make generalizations a bad name. At least if you're going to make generalizations that actually make sense. Like, oh, damn water being wet. See, that makes sense. Okay, so now what this is going to be is my core, and I guess I should probably put a bunch of solar panels on it as well. Why not? Where are these things? I'm just going to cheat this into orbit because I want to see if this thing works. God darn it. Where are solar panels? This is something that is a little more complicated than I expected. Yeah, let's do these actually. Let's put a bunch of these on. Yeah. So this is going to be the core to a great mission to test the effects of anti-gravity. Again, people have already done this in the past. Now, I remember a couple of years ago somebody did it and it uncovered an interesting bug in the game. Okay, where is the damn... where is this bloody... there it is! God darn it! It's so frustrating when you can't see this. There. And in the middle... There. One there. Oh, crap. Actually, that would be perfect. I'll just take that and flip it around. Throw you away. To the trash with you! I'm discarding you in the name of something more amazing. Are you familiar with Alex Eustace's Alcor landing and his improvement of the Curlington? No, I am not familiar with either of these things, and I hope this is not going to be a case of, well, tough luck, you've missed it now that Kerbal stuff is gone. You're never going to see this again. Okay. I haven't worn a normal watch yet. It's very convenient to wear products on the wrist. But the main reason why the Apple Watch is great to me is people are always like, how come you're always commenting on stuff on the internet? How come you're able to respond with like uncanny speed and accuracy? It's almost like you're omnipotent and can recognize the moment someone comments on something somewhere so that you can have the perfect response to them, or the perfect degree of mockery if they're, say, flat earth proponents. And guess what? That's what the watch does. What do I think about warp drives? What do you mean? Why would I think anything about warp drives? Oh, you know what? I should be doing this with B9. Okay, what we're gonna do is try to create an artificial gravity system here, right? Oh, that's pretty good. And now what we need to do is start filling this out sideways. So I attach this onto the side, and then I figure out how to attach it. There, we'll do that. I'm just going to do this a few times. I'm going to duplicate it on this side as well. Okay. Actually, I could just keep going this way. That's what I'm going to do. So, there. So I'm trying to guess how long this needs to be, and then I'll curve it manually. And once we curve it, that should put us... Oh, there we go. That is the one. Okay, so now grab this and start rotating ever so slightly. Oh god, oh my goodness, look at that color there. Let's turn off that and turn it just a little bit. Just a little bit of a turn, you know. I'm turning, you know. Just a little bit round the corner now. Okay, well, that's not quite perfect just yet, but we're getting there. We are totally getting there. So, of course, we can just cheat, right? We can cheat just a bit by taking these and moving them outwards, right? So we'll just use the translate tool here and grab them. Slide it out. Again, slide it out. No, okay, that one's not going to slide out. How about this one? Will that one slide out? No, none of these are going to slide out. How about this one? Go on, move. Oh, yes, we'll get a little bit of movement there. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I guess what I'll do is I'll just keep adding little interior pieces here, right? Look at the side. It looks huge compared to the others, but don't worry, it is just an optical illusion. Or it will be an optical illusion if I can get in. Just get in there. You know you want it. Snap, snap. 8, and this one goes on. Let's hope this is in roughly the right place. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good, but we need to add one more step here, and then we'll adjust the rotations. Now it's too big. This is, of course, something that suspension bridge builders have to deal with all the time. There, we'll do that. It's actually pretty close to being perfect, so if I grab this and move it back in, maybe that will actually make up the difference that I need. Okay, so now I just need to adjust all these rotations. That first rotation is too sharp, right? So this is the one that I'll need to adjust. Okay, grab this and remove angle snap. Oh, look at this. Just 1 point there. Okay, what do you think? Do you think that's good enough? It's close. It's getting closer. Now, the next part of this cunning plan, I'm going to actually move this in a little more. It's amazing how moving it just so much. There. Okay, so now we have an anti-gravity ring. So AG original gangsta. Okay. Now, what I can do is before I do this, what I should do is strut my funky stuff like this. See that strut? I'm hoping that's going to strut. We need some struts. We definitely need the odd strut here and there, just for reinforcement, just for good old-fashioned, sensible design purposes and everything. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to launch this thing, but no doubt if we just attach boosters to it, we will have epic problems, which will be no doubt hilarious. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, right, move it up, snap, move it up here, and what we want to do, of course, Oh, we need to flip this. No, that's not how we want to do it. We want to flip that. No, that's not how we do want to do it. Nope. That's not... There we go. That's it. Okay. Brilliant. So that's getting there. So what we're going to do is do some translation here. It makes it... These headphones have been with me for so long. They are like 15, 16 years old now. They were a pair that I bought before my current DJ headphones, and they've kind of become my backup DJ headphones for those moments where I'm having to DJ in war zones and things like that. Emergency DJing. Quick, we need a DJ! The world will not be the same unless we can DJ. Oh, I like that. There's an alien attack incoming. And we need music. We need music to inspire the troops. To inspire the troops to fire back with precision and skill and pride for being the humans that they are. Okay. Woo. Okay, so that's that. Now we should probably, and here's where things get really interesting, I probably need to stitch these together. Oh yeah, look, this is where you see that I didn't quite have the perfect pattern here. I don't care, I'm just going to stitch these together. Just to make sure they don't fall apart, right? It'll be like an assault course or something. And some struts. Strut from here out to here and here out to here. You know, when people do these, designs for gravity rings and stuff, you never see the real engineering behind them, right? You never figure out, how did they put that together? What science did they use to launch this ginormous thing and make it what it is? I've seen people build better gravity rings than this. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is pretty crappy. But we are totally going to give this a go. Oh wait, why am I drinking from this? Yeah, this is... Exploration and innovation have always been landmarks of mankind. The same spirit that sent pathfinders like Captain Cook sailing from Britain to the shores of Australia and the rocky coastlines of Alaska animates today's trailblazers. Wherever you find a frontier, be it the final frontier of our Milky Way, the last frontier of the Great Land, or the frontiers of scientific knowledge, there you will also find a dedicated men and women taking risks to break the trail for the rest of us. One of the new trails being blazed on the frontier of beer is the style known as the White India Pale Ales. Galaxy White IPA represents a significant new landmark on that trail. With its use of fresh kumquats, India coriander, and black peppercorns, Galaxy pays homage to the early explorers who sailed unknown seas in search of rare spices and exotic fruits. Captain Cook travelled from Australia to Alaska, and so have the Galaxy hops used to create this adventurous brew. Just as true explorers never stand still, the presence of Brettanomyces guarantees that Galaxy White IPA will keep evolving in the bottle for years to come. I bought this, by the way. They didn't send me this or anything, but if people want to send me beer, like beer companies in the US, I will totally read your labels in dramatic voice. So take a step from the known into the unknown, cross the frontier from the commonplace into the extraordinary. Be the first to gaze upon an undiscovered country and return to tell the tale to those timid souls you left behind. After all, there's an entire galaxy waiting to be explored. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry, and I'm going to put the top on this. Because it's a big bottle. I don't know if I can get through the whole thing tonight. So yes, White IPA. That is IPA. It's not like, I don't know, Hefeweizen or anything. Okay, Dinkelberg is like... So sending me anything is really hard because, well, you have to basically send it... I don't know if I can accept homebrew, actually. There's probably all sorts of legal issues with people sending homebrew, so I'm not even going to suggest that. So let's just forget about it. Forget I mentioned that. Okay, we're going to snap something on here. What we need is a rover. And I need just a little bit of a rover type thingy. So actually, yeah, what we should do, I'm gonna maybe stick this on the top for a minute. For but a short time. I'm gonna stick this up here, and then I'll grab it off and we'll redo it. Oh, wait a second. I suddenly got Katamari in my head. Katamari is hilarious. I love Katamari. Okay, so we need. What do we need? We need wheels, obviously, but I think I need power first, actually. That's what I need to make sure I have. So I'm going to stick some nuclear generators on this. Nuclear. There, I'm going to stick these kind of in the inside here. There's mirror symmetry, that's what we want. So a couple of those on there just to make sure we've got some power. And then we'll put... What should we do? These wheels? I'll put these wheels on here. Why not? There we go. That's what we want. It's exactly what we want. What we... Oh, no. What we really want. Oh, no. I'll tell you what I want. What I really want. Oh, tell me what you want. What you really want. And I've got this wrong, haven't I? There we go. So, I tell you what I want. What I really want. Well, won't you tell me what you want? What you really want? I want to ooh. I want to ah. I want to zigdig ah. I said I really want a zippity car. That's really terrible. Okay. Grab this. So good. Grab this now. And stick it on here. Oh, crap. No, don't duplicate too many. We only need you one of those. Okay. So... rotate it like this. Oh, wait. That is not what I expected to have happen. Once again. There we go. So I'm going to use this on here. And we can just grab this, offset it, slide it down, slide it away, slide away. Oh, wait. No, that's that, that's that Titanium song, right? That's bloody, whatchamacallit? That DJ dude. David Guetta. Yes, I remember David Guetta before he was like a conquering master of the universe of DJing stuff. Yes, those were the days back when it was underground. Okay, I'm going to stick some RCS thruster blocks around this thing as well, just for good measure too. We'll just stick these on the outside, right? There, that'll help us rotate up to speed. We're building a system to test anti-gravity in space. I'm going to cheat it into space for now, don't worry. Okay, I think this is ready to go. So what I'm going to do beforehand is start. I'm going to actually disable crash damage and make unbreakable joints for now. And then we're going to launch. Hack in the gravity and head into space. I'm gonna go into space. I know. I've no idea if this is ever gonna work. I've got some plans and some ideas, and hopefully you guys will be entertained. I'm gonna edit things. I'm gonna move to space. I've got some places to go. I need to find the text somewhere in this file. Active vessel equals number 1. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Oh, come on. It must be in here somewhere. I said F5. I'm gonna make sure. Yes, reload the damn thing. VESSEL. Match case. That's the problem. I was doing lowercase. Space object. Find next. AG. Original Gangsta. Semi-major axis. 700. Eccentricity. 000. And orbiting. This is how you get things into space. Very useful. Landed. False. So, I mean, once we've solved all the mechanical problems behind this, then we can actually try launching this. Mostly for scientific research purposes. Okay, let's see how this works. Ready, and F9. It's not loading. I must have screwed something up. What did I mess up? It says landed or sit orbiting. Landed at, splashed, false. Did I save this? F9. I'm holding F9. Oh, there. I just wasn't holding it. Of course we're going to try putting this thing on a rocket. Why would we not want to put this thing on a rocket? Also, let's just unhack gravity and watch it fall down to the planet just to see what happens. Just for scientific purposes. I did unhack the gravity, right? Yeah, unhack gravity. Let's disable all these breaky joints things and everything. I like how my orbital velocity is only slightly increasing. Watch, we're going to hit the atmosphere really soon. Let's try spinning it up, right? So, that is the way to go. Oh, yeah, look. It totally spins in this direction, right? We're getting a whole 13 frames per second here. That's pretty good, though. Look, it's mostly a regular thing. The Panja drum. That's right. The Panja drum. That was. There were some crazy ideas that were had. I remember an idea of a mine which would kind of roll around randomly. So it would like pop up when they thought it was bad guys or when there were tanks around. And then it would, like, as soon as it hit something, it would magnetically stick to it. But if not, it would like pop itself in another direction. It would kind of randomly go until it hit something. Oh, a Phenom X4. Panja drum. Panja drum. We are the Panja drums, ha ha ha. We are the Panja drums, ha ha. Yeah. There, look at it spin. We should probably try like jettisoning these cars just for good measure, right? Let's see what happens. Oh! Look, it's totally working. Hey, look, they're sitting that way on. Now, what I can do is while I'm falling towards the ground. Okay, oh. Now, can I roll this? Oh dear, I can't roll it. I'm totally stuck here. Apparently, I don't have the power to roll this thing. Can I drive forward? I do have power to go forwards and back, but I am stuck here. How about switch to the other one? Roll. Roll. No roll. I wonder if I can EVA my pilot. Hold on. Let's just EVA Bob Kerman just for giggles, right? There, look, he's out there. Oh, and he falls off into space. Oh well. Sorry, we're not interested in you because we actually want to see this thing falling through the atmosphere. How about we EVA Jebediah just for fun as well? Okay, oh, and he goes flying off as well. Well, now we're hitting the atmosphere. Do you think this thing will break up? Anyone want to bet? My thought on the Russian missile thing is, well, first of all, it is actually a violation of the space treaty and all sorts of things like that. So I'm not sure that they're absolutely serious. I think that it's one of these things where a scientist kind of joked about something and some journalists took it far too seriously. These things happen. You know, journalists are not necessarily the smartest people in understanding irony. So yeah. Do you think this... Oh, this frame rate is really starting to die. 7 frames per second now. I don't play any of these free games, mostly because I just don't have time. Hey, AMD GPUs are pretty awesome. NGP 695. I have an AMD GPU on my other computer. NVIDIA on this one, AMD on the other one, right? So, yeah... No, don't be dissing the AMD GPUs. They perform some tasks far better, right? And anybody that dismisses them just doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you do know what you're talking about. I actually met some, pretty high up guys in NVIDIA, and they were playing Kerbal Space Program, and I was super excited because they were proper nerds, and I really like talking with proper nerds. This is taking a really long time. This is what happens when frame rates are so low. 48 kilometers. Come on, are we going to see anything here? This is where it would be really nice to be able to speed things up a little. So here's the real question. Will the cars fall faster than the ring, or will the ring fall faster than the cars? Which do you think will hit the ground first? Oh, AMD is great for doing many things. Just remember, AMD never gave up on double precision types, right? It was NVIDIA that was having to cheat its way by faking double precision mathematics using, 32-bit registers and whatever, right? Unless you bought the really expensive NVIDIA, right? And I think that's not true. Microsoft and Intel are both saints compared to some companies. HP, now there's a company that just is of dubious moral fiber, let's say. Then again, they're not particularly successful. Come on, which one's going to break? I mean, they're not going fast enough to break up here. Now we're moving at 3 frames per second. Wow. Oh dear. Man, people are just down on the AMD. You guys forget the time when AMD was ruling the roost, right? When NVIDIA released the Dustbuster. Oh yes, remember the Dustbuster? It was painful. There we go. We've lost one of our cars. It's floating off into space. No doubt one of our Kerbals is out there somewhere. I should probably turn this off. Ah, there we go. Maybe? I don't know where my Kerbals are. They're probably dead now already. Oh, hey, look, we're gonna land down near the... We're gonna land near the village. Yes, single worst printer manufacturer. And, yeah, I'm amazed that Carly Fiorina tries to posit herself as a legitimate political candidate given how terrible her tenure was at HP. Does anyone remember the HP iPod? Where pretty much HP lost money on that deal left, right, and center. They were all like, oh, we're gonna get iPods and we're gonna get Apple to make them blue. And Apple were like, no, we're not. I don't know what you're talking about. We're just gonna put like HP on the back in tiny lettering. It was just, the HP iPod was like such a disaster for HP. And yeah, I still think it's funny that if you looked at some of the recent interviews and stuff, you still saw fans of Carly Fiorina holding that up as like an iconic moment. Yeah, it was iconically bad. Yeah, and I'm a fan of the iPod. I mean, don't get me wrong on that. I just think that HP really did a huge mistake. Having said that, HP LaserJet printer there. You know, they at least do make printers that are still working fine. I haven't tried Brother printers. Okay, look, we're just floating just fine. Okay, do you think this is gonna land? How far? How many pieces are gonna be left? Come on, next bets. How many pieces are gonna be left on this thing? We need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. There we go. Oh. Ooh, what the heck happened there? It's like 900 kilometers out now. I wonder if it can flip around. You know what? Does this not have a reaction control system? It doesn't. Oh, reaction wheels are idle. That's why. Oh, there. He's falling too as well. Slowly. It's amazing how slow all this is happening. I think this is actually getting closer and closer to the city. Have you noticed? I thought it was originally going to miss, but I'm pretty sure this is actually getting some sort of aerodynamic lift right now. Why is there a car attached to a ring? Why wouldn't there be a car attached to a ring? Yeah, I mean, I'm not wanting to comment too much on the presidential race and everything, so let's just stay away from that. But yeah, I did particularly have issues with Carly's performance at HP, so you know that's about all I'm going to say on that front. Plus, I mean, you know, given the large field of contenders, there's certainly room to make a mockery of some of the failures, some of the people that have dropped out, and who knows, maybe back for future years. So never want to insult them, do you? Because hey, oh dear. The Nyvarg is screw iPhones, I need a handheld computer, not an overpriced art piece status symbol. Well, sadly the iPhone is probably your best bet for handheld computers. Oh dear, never mind. How many pieces are going to be left? Come on, place your bets. Place your bets on how many pieces are going to be left. Ah, man. If Arnie become governor, maybe Scott can too. I am not... Oh, Ooh. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, I guess the probe body got broken. And that got broken. Oh, wait. There it goes. And Kerbal's still falling. I like how it's switching between these and not the thing. Ah. Oh dear, Nexus. Oh. What? The 6S? No, the first 64-bit phone was the 5S. Was it the 5S? I don't know. Whatever. It wasn't the 6S, because the 6S was like, you know, this year. I know that the 5S is 64-bit. I happen to know. I happen to have a very particular inside view of what makes phones awesome. Ah, dear. Yeah. Anyway, seriously though, how did that Kerbal survive? Well, he's still falling. That's why. Maybe I should fire up his jetpack and try flying him over towards the city. Let's do that. Slow him down. Look, we actually have a bit of a velocity vector here. Come on! You know you want to get there. You can already do VR using Apple devices by sticking your iPhone in like a cardboard style device. If you look at my 360 videos, you can view hardware. Oh, no, the 6S was... The 6S was the first phone with functional 3D touch, you know, whatever, UI, right? So it was the first device that had force touch. No, what is it called? 3D touch, which, you know, basically you can, when you're pushing buttons, instead of you can do things. I can't show you, right? I know I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know anything, right? So I can't tell you about any Apple projects because I'm an Apple employee, and furthermore, I don't know about many of these things. Yeah. I do happen to like... I have to say, I was a big fan of flip phones for a long time, and I held off upgrading to a smartphone until they became pretty solid. People are so opinionated. They're just like... They really want to hate on Apple hardware. I understand. I understand that. It's totally normal. Don't worry. I'm quite comfortable. Oh, and he survived. Okay, well that was a complete waste of time. We should get back into space and actually finish this, right? So I'm just gonna actually pour out some of this now. You know, the first mobile app I wrote was for Android, and yeah, Android was a bit of a mess early on and became more of a mess. Okay, so let's try this now, right? What we want to do is start it rotating very slowly, right? Just to get them in position, right? So we get a very slow rotation going on, right? And now we're going to hit... I'm going to stop my rotation. Okay, cool. And then switch the other one. Oh, stop my rotation. Okay. Okay, are they stuck to the inside? Okay. Now, switch back to this main thing and start spinning it faster! Oh, wait. What? Wait. No, it needs to rotate like this! No! Spin faster, spin faster, spin faster, spin faster! It's now... I think it's rotating the wrong way. Come back! Like, we've got one car that might actually make it on there. But it's falling off. No, we're losing it. We're losing the patient! Look, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall off the side there. This is where we start playing our Waltz of the Blue Danube, right? Da 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 la 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 na 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 da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la 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 la. Okay. Anyway, let's try that one more time. So what's interesting is the rotation vector is starting out like this, and then when I actually get inside, it changes. So I'm actually going to... should I turn off stability? I should probably turn off... Oh, wait. RCS thrusters. That's more like it. Get some speed up on this thing before we ditch it. Did I ever visit the Electric Bray? Yeah, I would drive over the Electric Bray on occasion. On more than one occasion. There's actually a place in the US which is similar. It's called Mystery Spot, which is essentially the same thing. You know, you kind of stop your car and it looks like your car is rolling uphill. Okay, now we're moving a little faster. Just a little faster. Just a little faster. I'm going to turn off stability control. And oh no, I need to press this. Okay, now. Hey! Oh no! No! Okay, drive forwards. At least the wheels don't explode these days. Well, that's interesting. Oh, come on. Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to. You know you want to. You know. You know. Ah. Oh, dear. I can look straight up here. Look, there's another car over there. Maybe that one's working better. Look, that one might actually be better off. Oh, crap. I've changed my viewpoint. Okay, let's try driving this. Nope, not driving anywhere. Whoa! I'm trying to... Oh, no. Okay, so that's actually rotating. Oh, wait, what do I need to do? Is I need to use the translation controls, don't I? Oh, crap. Let's try this. No, apparently not... Oh, no, don't stay on. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Oh, dear. That is pretty hilarious, actually. Hold on. I'm going to come over and see what's going on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. It's this way is forwards, right? It's stuck on there. Yeah, 64-bit is as big as anyone is ever going to need in any reasonable lifetime, right? I'm not saying that there's nothing that could work, could need that much, but see, the funny thing is, right, so if we EVA these guys, right, here's the thing. Oh, hatch is obstructed, so I need to make this spin again. I mean, I've actually got the sun situated perfectly for this maneuver, right? I'm probably not going to play XCOM, but I might do something else. Jerry O'Brien, why would I do that? That would be a ridiculous concept. The only people that would do that would be strange people that were messing around with their phone to make... to try and circumvent expiring license keys. I heard that things didn't work. Okay, let's get this rotating as fast as we can, right? More speed! You know what, here's the thing. It might not actually be facing the right way. Try putting another... Here's the thing, yeah, if I'm going to put this up here, it's going to take a lot more effort to actually make it rebalance. I like how I can see the city from up here. Notice that? The city is like here. It's still visible from space. Garrett Space Program. What do you mean Garrett Space? Have I mentioned Kerbal stuff yet? Yes, Kerbal stuff. I am lamenting the fact that Kerbal stuff is gone. If you're going to be developing stuff, make sure you put it on GitHub so that we can actually use it with CCAN. If you don't put it on GitHub, people will lament the fact and you will be reviled for evermore through history. My thoughts on Kerbal stuff is I'm sad, and I'm sad that it's there. I think that the developer, I'm not sure what he's thinking with his like open letter, but you know, he's entitled to do what he will. Okay. Woohoo! Whoa! Okay, there he gets stuck as well. And this one fell off completely. I like how the wheels are spinning on that one. Oh dear, look, he's gonna get it. I'm gonna EVA him. Oh, look, he's flying away. No! Flying off into space. This has not been a successful experiment by any means. But don't worry, I'm gonna get back to this thing. Come on. Wow, it's coming off at some real speed here. This is going to be... oh yeah, make it wider, absolutely. I think what I need to do is load in... I wish I'd loaded in the B9 version, because the B9 version would have been a far better plan. Okay, what are the odds that I can get into this thing without getting whacked by one of the egg beater handles? Oh dear, this is going to be fun. Fun. Oh! Oh! Okay. Missed that up again. Okay, let's get going again. One more time. One more time. It is hard. It's like very narrow. You're absolutely right. It is far too narrow to be a reasonable model, right? The odds are indeed low, but I've dealt with some pretty long odds, right? It would not be the first time that I've done something beyond the odds. I was so happy when I nailed that. When I nailed that landing, the follow up to the Project Beast. I had kind of rushed through that. I had to get back to work, so I was very much like, well, I'm going to land this thing, and then everyone's rescued, and everyone can celebrate. But then, as a okay, let's try this. Okay. Oh, why is it moving like that? That makes no sense. This makes no sense. It's like it literally has some weird ass physics that's making it move, not according to the laws of physics, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna need infinite fuel at this rate, I think. Oh no, I guess he's doing okay. Where did that thing go? There it is there. God darn it. You never know when you want to simulate all the ways to arrange a few hundred tennis balls at once. Yes, absolutely. Okay, we're going down. Have I been playing Eve recently? I logged in for just long enough to buy some skill boosters just for giggles. And I've headed out to check out the new Citadel models that are floating around. Because that's pretty cool. But really, I haven't played very much. One of the panels must be made of neutron star material. Absolutely. Okay, stop my vertical speed. Okay. And I had to log in because a certain famous pirate artist is doing a portrait of my Eve character. Oh, crap. Oh, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. Oh, yes! He's on the inside! Oh, look at that. Now we are victorious. Okay. Yeah, he successfully avoided being chopped in half. Now, what I could do is turn off... Oh, no, wait, I can't turn off my RCS thrusters. He's stuck now. There's nothing he can do because I don't think he has any thrust to go anywhere. No, oh, he's rolling. There, turn off my RCS. Oh, crap. Keep on clicking outside the window. Unfortunately, the game does not let you actually walk around inside one of these things. Because that would be pretty cool. Actually, notice down here, the G-forces are showing 2G here. So, he would be having a hard time walking. Yeah, this has been a whole disaster. Let's just stick this whole thing on a rocket and see how awful it flies. Actually... Oh no, I can't go back to the Space Center. Yeah. He can't get up and walk because the walking animation is entirely bound to being on a solid surface rather than one floating in space. So I'm going back to the Space Center. So should we try putting this on a rocket? I think that we really owe it to ourselves to try putting on our rocket. So let's get rid of those pointless cars, because those are obviously really poorly designed. These cars are irrelevant. We can get rid of them. Now we need a way to carry this into space, and I guess what I'm going to think is rocket motors. What do you think? Do you think rocket motors will work? I think rocket motors are the way to go. So we're going to need about 4 kilometers per second of delta V. We need a decoupler. Actually, we'll probably need way more than 4, right? Because 4 would be if we didn't have to worry about, drag. Okay, now... Oh yeah, we can do our adapters. There, look at that. There. And we'll stick a slightly bigger one on here, because we're going to need this to go into space. Space! That's not the one. Where is the one I am looking for? Ah, there you are, your X200 with your amazing powers, you. Your amazing thrust to weight ratio. Okay, 514 meters per second. This is going to be fun, I can tell. Yeah, the problem is people are talking about 64-bit, and yeah, fundamentally, yes, you can address ridiculous amounts of memory. I mean, the problem is that iterating through that memory becomes incredibly difficult. I could totally come up with problem sets that would use an entire 64-bit address range, but it's not like it's anything I'm ever going to do. I do regularly deal with several hundred gigabytes of memory on systems, so that's just me being a programmer, though. It's like, hey, more memory? Why, yes, I shall use as much memory as you can give me, and I shall do great things with it. I shall power the universe and, I don't know, explode things. Okay, is there a fairing adapter? Let's do this. Why not? Okay. So this is, yes, that's liquid fuel and oxidizer. And then from this we can transition to the next fuel fuselage. Yes, and then we shall do Mark III, because Mark III is where the true power of the Kerbal space program actually originates. Okay, 514.3, man, we're going to need a serious rocket here. I don't expect this to get into space, but that's exactly why I'm doing it, because I think it must be fun to try. Well, actually, this is getting pretty close to being something that might be considered viable in some strange, otherworldly, insane universe. I'm going to put some Werner engines around this so we can steer the whole thing, because of course this is going to be so stable. Okay. Oh no, 64-bit computers. For my first 64-bit computer was an Alpha Multia system, which ran at 266 megahertz. Back when, ran at over 500 megahertz. I don't know. Basically, it ran like twice the clock rate of the equivalent Intel system from the same era, and I ran Linux on it. It was fantastic. Oh, no, that's not it. Yeah, the Alpha processor was a work of art as far as I'm concerned, and I lamented the fact that it never got nearly the level of popularity that it deserved, and then, HP bought them up and just didn't know what to do with a processor that was like twice as fast as anything else. Urgh. Oh yeah, that's me just getting mad at Carly again. Pardon me, I'm nothing personal, but man. Okay, so we probably should use some strap-on boosters here. I love strap-ons, absolutely. Strap-ons give me the thrust that I need in my behind. Oh wait, no, sorry, I didn't mean not like that. I mean they give me the force, the ability to move. Never mind. Really, just forget what I was saying. Never mind. Nothing to see here. We're going to make this thing fly. Fly to the sky. And feel the power of the strap-on boosters. Oh dear. You know, at some point my kids are going to hear that and they're going to get it and they'll be like, you know, it's like one of those things when you realize, oh my god, my parents, they had to have sex to have me. like kids are like, how disgusting. It's so true though. Oh, okay, let's do this. Even better is when, you know, they think up and they're like thinking about grandma and grandpa. Oh yes, that is something guaranteed to scar someone for life if they think about it too much. I'm really going off topic here, haven't I? Oh dear. But everybody does it. Birds do it. Bees do it. Even educated fleas do it. Actually, although yeast doesn't do it, right? Okay, we're getting there. We are totally getting there. So I'm going to strap on with the strut. We're going to strut up. Strutting up is like facing off, but with less faces being pulled off. Okay, we can't do that. Oh, balls. Let's do that. Strut! Come on. Come on, give me a damn strut! Thank you. There, okay. This thing is surely destined for greatness. I almost said that in a convincing manner, right? We're almost there, though. We still need to put some wings on this. Like, everything's just packed together. This is totally gonna explode. I need some bigger wings. I need the big-ass control surfaces. Where's the shuttle wings? Here we go. These, the big S tail shuttle fin type things. Oh, look at that. Is that not a thing of beauty? If that isn't beauty, then I don't want to live in a world without that level of awesomeness. It needs a fairing. It's so aerodynamic. It's like a big circular blade cutting through the air. Okay, look, it's standing. I am totally proud of this technological terror I have constructed. Throttle up, 100%, and it's not even sure where the center of gravity is. Oh. Ah, yes. A little bit of a staging problem there. Just a tiny bit of staging. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, there's bits still flying into the sky. I wish there was a way to change to the things that were still flying. There we go. Look at it go! These are truly destined for glory. Look at the look at the G-forces on this thing. Look at, yeah, over 10 Gs, 12, 13, 15. It's made orbit. It's made. Oh, it's just cut out. Do you think this has reached? It's just failed to reach escape velocity. Ah, man. Still, now I gotta actually take a look here. Where's the? Is this debris? Show me the debris. Show me the debris. Show me the debris. Okay, the S. There's bits in there, but it's not showing me them. Damn it. I love it. I love it when these things happen. This is so much fun. This is the beauty of Kerbal Space Program. Oh dear. We're just gonna fix this. I had some guy the other day. It's like, why are you playing Why are you playing kid games like Kerbal Space Program? Like, I was like, yeah, you mean what? You mean the game that requires pretty much PhD in aerodynamics to play really well, as opposed to say Call of Duty that requires being dumb? I don't know. I mean, what do you need to do to play Call of Duty? Console and thumbs that are not paraplegic? Pardon me. I saw that guy. Did you see that video of the Street Fighter 2 player that plays with his mouth? That is so badass. I love Street Fighter 2. I mean, I love Street Fighter, sorry. Street Fighter 2 I was so badass at. I would get double perfects all the way through as Ken, and I would win the game repeatedly. But to see somebody that basically doesn't have the use of his hands... Oh, look at this thing. I'm trying to make this thing turn really slowly. I'm gonna just make it go prograde. I'm just gonna ask it to hold stability on prograde and see if I can at least get some life out of this. Oh, pardon me, I just hit the microphone pop shield there, so it's not going to sound particularly good for you guys at home. Oh, you know what I realized is I forgot to have fuel draining into this middle thing, so that central core might actually shut down before the rest of it. Still, we have about 2 kilometers per second in the upper stage. As long as I can get this up to sufficient altitude, then... Oh, no, it's failing! It's disintegrate. It's gonna disintegrate. It's totally gonna fall apart. Oh, yes. Oh, I wonder where it's gonna land. Anyone want to bet? Do you think it's going to make it over the city, or do you think it's coming back down on the suburbs of fake Paris in 2010? Oh, yeah, it's got some chaotic motion going on there with the wing-like surfaces and everything. No, if we put any wings on the ring, then surely that will make it not stable. I could probably fire some... Come on, ditch this. Oh look, we have an engine still firing. Yep, that's gonna work. But look, Bit survived. That. Yeah, you see, that's pretty robust. Okay, so I'm going to revert this to vehicle assembly. I'm going to add some fueled things, and what I'm going to do is keep the velocity from getting too high. I think if we can keep it below about 200, then we should be able to maintain stability, and then once the atmosphere gets more rarefied, we can go and unleash the true power of this monstrosity. Okay. 8 of these. Bingo. So are people... what are people liking about what I've been making? Were people excited about the gravity waves video that I didn't have any time to do? I was just like so excited I had to say things about it. And yeah, sorry for picking fights with flat earthers, but I actually quite like, mocking them. So I know I'm not going to be able to convince them, but I'm going to thoroughly enjoy mocking their basic errors in science. Yeah. We are going to space all the live long day. Can you hear the rocket firing? Light up so early in the morn. Can you hear the rocket flying? Werner, blow your horn. Werner, won't you blow? Werner, won't you blow? Werner, won't you blow your rocket now? This beer's great stuff. I gotta throttle down a bit more. I'm gonna stick around this velocity, right? Mostly for stability reasons. So gravity waves, it's really hard to explain. Basically, when you have epic high energy events, then you need, when you've got black holes that are moving very fast and masses being accelerated, they will generate gravity waves. And normally, the gravity waves are weak. Actually, our solar system generates gravity waves. You can do the mathematics and you can figure out that Jupiter and the Sun orbiting each other generate about 5 kilowatts worth of gravity waves. I think that's a number I read. I didn't do the mathematics myself, I will point out. But, also, I'm pretty sure that that's roughly in the ballpark. Oh, well, actually, so on the subject of the Flat Earth Society, I realized this afternoon, I don't know if anyone reads my tweets, but so it turns out that the theory that the moon is cheese, made of cheese, is more testably accurate. Basically, the predictions that the universe model of an Earth with the moon made of cheese is more accurate than the cosmology laid out by Flat Earth Society people. So it just strikes me that since the moon being made of cheese is vastly more plausible based upon existing observations than the Flat Earth people, why is there no cheesy moon society? Surely it being more plausible would attract more serious individuals that would, oh, we're going too fast, we're going too fast, we're going too fast, we're going too fast, too much, too late, too late, too late, too late. We're doomed, I tell you. We're doomed. Okay. I'm going to revert to the vehicle assembly. I have one more plan. So, gravity waves are, it's really quite complicated. So, one of the things about merging black holes, so this event was where you had two black holes, one about 30, one about 50 solar masses, and I believe that is largely, has big error bars on it because the signal just doesn't give them the exact level of detail they need. But when you have two black holes that are orbiting each other and they merge, then you have a problem because you have too much angular momentum. And if a black hole has too much angular momentum, then the singularity will end up being outside the event horizon. That would be really bad. That would be a naked singularity, and that would freak people out. Be like, oh my god, naked singularity! Oh my god, the end of the world, cats and dogs sleeping together, panic, panic, panic. So, nature doesn't like singularities being naked. It's just how things work. So, they have to get rid of angular momentum. And the way they do that is through gravity waves. And that at least is how I understand it. Pardon me, I'm really sniffly tonight again. So black holes. See, the funny thing is, I don't know if you know about black holes. You probably know the notion of the singularity, right? Singularity in the standard Schwarzschild metric is at the core, right? So you have this, if you imagine gravity is pulling things down, you kind of have this gravity gradient, right? And as it reaches the middle, you have this point of infinite density. And that freaks people out. It becomes a singularity. And when they say singularity, it's like a mathematical singularity. Like another example of a singularity is if you draw a graph of 1 divided by x, right? So 1 divided by x kind of comes up and it goes down, and as it gets higher up, it gets closer and closer to 0. But at 0 on the x-axis, it kind of shoots off to infinity and then reappears at negative infinity. That's called a singularity in mathematics. And the singularity in black hole physics is exactly the same thing. We don't think that it actually exists in nature, but we also think that since there's nothing we can do to stop it happening, we think that it's probably just cunningly hidden away behind an event horizon or something, right? Yes, naked singularities. Well, so singularity is what happens when you cross the streams or divide by 0. I mean, literally, you can get stuff where you cross things and they're like, seriously. Naked singularities. So it's okay to have a singularity generally in black hole physics because people are like, well, it's hidden behind the event horizon. We will never see it. Therefore, we will never gaze upon the horror that is the naked singularity, right? But when you have a rotating black hole, so here's the interesting thing. If you have a non-rotating black hole, all the mass ends up in the center, right? In this tiny, tiny singular point where all the forces and energy are concentrated. The problem is with a point mass, you can't have angular momentum. So to have a rotating object, you have to have a non-point mass. And so the solution for a rotating black hole is called the Kerr metric, K-E-R-R. And in that case, it's a ring. So it's like a ring with all the mass in it, and you have a weird kind of donut shape, but all the mass is in this singularity, which is a ring shape. And as the black hole rotates faster and faster, the ring gets bigger and bigger. And the problem is there's a critical upper limit at which the ring would magically end up outside the event horizon. And at that point, then the singularity would no longer be protected from reality by the event horizon, so it would be like, oh my god, naked singularity! So that is what naked singularity is all about, right? That's why there's an upper limit on rotating velocities and things like that in black holes. So if this were the case, that's what we would expect, and this thing is slowly falling over sideways. It's just not wanting to work the way we need it to. Come on, get yourself straight again. People are like, try to keep the time to apoapse constant. I'm trying to keep this thing pointed in the right direction, right? Yeah, gravity waves affect the entire universe, but you really need a telescope to actually notice. Otherwise, the universe really doesn't care. Like, the effect is so absolutely minuscule. Yeah, this thing is not... I turned this thing too soon. I think I just have to go straight up until I get higher up. Okay, so someone is talking about quantum equations predicting the universe has no beginning. That's really cool. If they can explain the large-scale structure of the universe, then... Yeah, look, this thing, we've lost it. We're losing it! We're losing it! Let's just go to 100% thrust. Go on! You know you want to. You know you make me wanna break up! Oh no, it didn't break up under the stresses. At least not yet. Well, as I said, the statement that the moon is made of green cheese is more likely to be correct than the statement of the Earth is flat, right? So, right, there's more... The Earth being flat contradicts vastly more well-established observations than the moon being made of cheese. Okay, we're going back to launch. We're going to do this. I guess I'm getting really sniffly. This whatever's in this beer is making my nose really sniffly. It's super, super cloudy. So yeah, as I said, I would believe... So I'm actually secretly thinking that maybe I should establish this cheesy Earth Society purely to mock the Flat Earth Society people. Okay, reaction control system online. I'm gonna throttle down because this amount of acceleration is just bad news, especially since it looks like we're gonna go retrograde. Okay, so here's the problem. What would a naked singularity do? What a naked singularity would do would just be to screw with the whole fabric of reality and stuff. Therefore, you cannot have a singularity come out there and be naked because it would just freak people too much. It would be like a naked person appearing at some church that is very much against naked people. Although such a church, I have no idea how that works because they wouldn't have like families or anything. You know, like I don't know. Like seriously, there are people that get really freaked out by naked people, and the FCC is you know, has to pander to them. Oh, yes. This is totally going to go the wrong way here. I think I might need more changes to this design. I think what we need is some pullers up the top, to be honest. You just walked into a discussion of, you know, flat earth mockery. I mean, okay, you know, I was raised to be a polite, respectful individual that would, you know, listen to other people's views, and I think it's very important that you listen to other people's views and give them the respect they deserve. But many people, but when presented with such a slow-moving and obvious target as a round earth denier. Let's not call them flat earthers, let's call them round earth deniers. It's very hard not to take a pot shot at them. Oh god, no, I believe what some of them like to believe a biblical creation story which says something along the lines of the earth is supported by 4 pillars. And, well, if you really want to believe a version of the Bible, then, hey, let me just point out that the 4 pillars could actually be metaphors for the 4 fundamental forces of nature, which support the universe. So, hey, if you still want to have a Bible and don't want to have a flat Earth, then there's plenty of ways to come up with a reasonable interpretation that actually protects the sanctity of Scripture and all that stuff. Not that I'm gonna get called on any religious status or anything. I just. When I was at Armagh Observatory is where I studied a lot of my postgraduate astronomy work. We would frequently have events where we would be hanging out with the clergy, because the Armagh Observatory is actually founded by the Church of Ireland. So we would have these interesting kind of meetings, and we'd be having some drinks with the ministers, and we'd be like, so yeah, what are we going to talk about? We're smart people here, I'm sure we can find something to talk about. Inevitably we ended up talking about your creation stories and the nature of the universe, and everyone was quite happy because we got plenty to talk about, and the church has come on a long way. It's just strangely in America there are some sects that just absolutely refuse to believe any deviation from the Bible is allowable, which is just, whatever. If you want to do that, that's your thing, but don't expect me to take you seriously when you make proposals that violate observations that are, expected everywhere. Okay, I'm going 100% thrust. We gotta get out of here. Oh crap, no, let's not go 100% thrust. Let's throttle back before we lose control. I'm gonna keep it at above 2 Gs. We need to get this thing into space. Apoap's is 15 kilometers. I really need to keep this thing going upwards. And here's the problem. Come on! Keep yourself going. Get yourself high. Get yourself higher. It's like a TTTTTT spinning around in space. I have no idea. Yeah, anyway, fundamentally, every single flat Earth model falls down when you actually try to model the positions of all the celestial objects that are observed. And, like, the stars in the sky are really hard to do, right? Yeah, there's all sorts of things that fail. Hold on. So like, oh well, they start to explain the sun, and then they find that they can't quite explain the stars, and then they can't explain the moon, and eventually they're like, the moon is a hologram, which is like a complete get out of jail free card, because you can't disprove that. It's just not that it has necessarily any semblance of reality in it or whatever, right? I need this thing to go higher. I'm gonna try locking this. Please don't fall back to Earth. We're starting to lose it. We're starting to lose it. Wait, I thought I was having... Have we lost the central fuel? We've got no fuel here! I put those fuel lines in! Why aren't you helping me? Man, that just didn't work well, did it? Well, whatever. Let's maybe not go to 100% thrust. What's our apoapse is 23 kilometers. This is not gonna work. This is totally not gonna work. As soon as we run out of fuel here, we still have 2 kilometers per second. Actually, we just need to get high enough that the... Oh, look, we're getting some serious stress here. Like, so gravity waves... So people are asking, what do gravity waves do to things? Gravity waves actually do very little. And let's be... oh, step back, step back. I have to be straight up mea culpa here. I keep saying gravity waves when what I'm really meaning to say is gravitational waves, right? So gravity waves are actually waves in a fluid where the restoring force is provided by gravity. Traditional waves on an ocean, right, like actual water waves, are actually called gravity waves. Like, they're not gravitational waves, waves in the fabric of space-time. They are merely waves in a medium which is kind of settling according to gravity. You also see gravity waves in the atmosphere. So I keep getting that wrong. I keep saying that because I'm lazy. This is why I keep saying apoapse instead of apoapsis. Ephraim132 is asking whether I can stream both on YouTube and Twitch, and I will say no, I'm not allowed to do that because the Twitch contract specifically forbids me from doing such a thing. So Twitch actually has an agreement that you have to sign if you're going to be a partner, and they basically say you're not allowed to simulcast on Twitch and YouTube. I could do it, but not... I would then be violating the agreement, and, you know, they would look down on me. And one of these days I really hope to actually pay a visit to the guys at Twitch, because they're right close to my office, and I see them all the time, and some of them even recognize me, and they're like, oh, we should have you over, and like, none of them ever invited me over. And I hear that they have some epic booze and stuff in that place, and I could drink them under the table, because they're all lightweight young kids. Just kidding. Seriously, Twitch guys, come on! I'm like your neighbor. One of these days you should, like, give me an invite. Okay. Okay, should I fire this next engine or what? I'm afraid that when I ditch this whole stage, this whole thing will become unstable. I'm going for it. Yes! And now it becomes aerodynamically unstable. Woohoo! Star Trek does a lot of things that are not actually consistent with any sort of physical reality. So I wouldn't necessarily use Star Trek as your model for the universe. Not that Star Trek is necessarily bad, but they're not necessarily physically accurate in any way that makes any sense at all. No, TTTT was to show that the flat Earth would look like if it was supported by pillars. You know, I think that you are thinking far too two-dimensionally, Mr. Dinkelberg. Yeah, you know, like, you know my email address if you want me to invite me over. Unfortunately, you can't come to my office because it's super secure lockdown. That's just what happens. Okay, we need to make some changes here. We need to make many more changes. Wow. I think I'm going to have to finish this Anchorage beer. I have to say this is pretty good, although it does look pretty cloudy, but I think it's intended to look cloudy. We're caught in the planet's gravity! We're not able to escape! Oh, wait. Wait, is that what I did wrong? Oh, you know what I did wrong? Yeah, I just... Stupid thing. I was feeding the fuel incorrectly. Okay, so I need to get in here. Get in here one more time. I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, so I was feeding it into the stage. Where's... Yeah, somewhere in there there's a rocket stage. I'm gonna attach it here. There. Oh, and there's only one! Oh, stupid. A stupid child that you are. You have forgotten your skills. You have forgotten the skills that made you great. Okay, that didn't work either. Come on, in there. There. Okay. That way we can at least ditch these guys. But the problem is, if I ditch these guys, I think I'm going to lose it. Cry haddock and let slip the cods of war. Sorry, is that what you wanted to hear? Yeah, the problem is there's another engine in there. Okay, once more into the breach. And we're thinking really hard here. I'm totally going to get this thing into space, I tell you. We're going to stabilize on that. Go! We're just going straight up. That's the plan. I'm going to throttle down just a bit here. Yes, Syzygy is indeed a misspelling of Syzygy. What happened was, in the early days of the internet, I was asked to create an account for a bulletin board where I was told to try and pick a unique username. So I tried to pick something unique. I tried to pick the word Syzygy. Except that Syzygy was just a word that I had read in an article about Atari, which was actually the original name Atari was going to use. But they couldn't get it for technical reasons. Anyway, I tried to do that, but I had completely forgotten how to actually spell it, so I just threw a bunch of words together and a bunch of letters together and came up with Syzygy. And it was indeed correct, because nobody else uses that name unless they're trying to pretend to be me. I think Syzygy is what people stumbled over. Oh, Rome Total War. Is that worth playing? Because that's one of these games that I have, but I've never played a great deal of. Oh, a bit of wobbling. It's a conjunction. It's actually any astronomical conjunction is covered by a Syzygy, I believe. Wow, there's a whole lot of wobbly, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. Yeah, so this is why I'm thinking that we should take Cheesy Moon, trademark that, just to make sure that we can establish the proper Cheesy Moon Society to promote the true science behind the moon being made of cheese, right? Because it's obvious, right? I think what I need to do is have a bunch of fins that hang off of this, like on really long lines. Yep, we're starting to lose this. Keep yourself straight, boyo. Keep yourself straight. You know you want to go upwards. CZG. CZG? Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Silent Searchlight uses the username CZG. As opposed, whereas I, being a European, would say CZG, or CZG, or KZGG. And we're losing it. We're losing the patient. Okay. Wait, there's free games from Sega on Steam? What? Wait, what? Where? What? How? What? Wait, no, take me to the store. I don't need the thing. Free. Sega. Nope, there's nothing here. Wow, there's a lot of games here, though. Sort by lowest price. Free. Nope. Total War Battles. Okay, the demo. Temba the Badass Elephant. Oh, that's a demo. That sounds cool, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, I have a ton of these things anyway already. Back to making this fly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bunch of detachable fins to it, right? What we're going to do, and this is going to be complicated, right? I'm going to just add these here, and then we'll jettison them. And what we'll do is we'll drag them down all the way down the side, right? The original, I think I already own the original golden axe, so, you know. In fact, I am the original golden axe. Just kidding. So I'm gonna move these down and then put fins on it. And that should actually keep the whole thing flying straight. That is my cunning plan. I have a cunning plan, my lord. Oh dear. Oh yes, Blackadder. Okay. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this and brace it against its neighbor. Nope, it's too long. Apparently you can't do anything here. I can attach it there, and nowhere else does it go. It's too. Okay, well let's just do that. Okay, and we are stuck. This is really frustrating. Look. Okay, we fixed that. Okay, never mind. Let's just put some fins on this. I think we should put some big fins on it. These are just going to be passive. They're not going to be extremely powerful. We'll just put some like wings or something. Oh look, swept wings. Let's do that. Let's actually make them point the correct direction. Oh, actually, that looks pretty cool the way that works. I wonder if that even works, to be honest. This thing is totally not going to work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this, put these on again. Oh, crap. This is really hard. I like the way that it kind of just randomly will jump at an inappropriate moment. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll try and link the struts inwards. Inward struts, we need them to work. Inward struts, yes, you see that? So that'll hold them in position. Okay, and then we can add some other struts. That may be the wrong shape of wing, but at this point I'm not really caring. I just want to get this thing flying. I want this thing to go to space because honestly, I mean, at this point, we haven't really proved anything. We're just trying to launch improbably shaped pieces of hardware, which, you know, I guess it might be useful for. Oh crap! Bring me that back. Nothing wrong with more fins, unless you're, I don't know, have something against the Finnish. Why would you have something against the Finnish? They are great drinkers. Okay, that's pretty good. Yes, let's see if this will work. I'll do it on the other side as well. Bingo. Bingo bango. So now we should be able to strut these up. The timing between the click and the sound is so long. Okay, so that is totally gonna work. Of course, it's not gonna work, but it's totally gonna work. No, I've never had problem with fins. I do remember a movie called Night on Earth, and it's a great thing where it's basically the story takes place in multiple locations, and one of the locations I believe is Helsinki. Wait, am I confused? Regardless, I know they're Finnish, and there's this great moment where taxi driver rolls up and he sees these guys all standing together. And he sounds his horn, and they all just kind of go, they all collapse in a pile. It's pretty funny. Okay, we're totally going for this. Are we ready? Right! Oh, man. There's a mod that makes your troops have... Why would I want to have troops with stormtrooper armor? No, the mod I want for XCOM is the one which is you playing as the aliens invading Earth. Right? So it'd be the original XCOM game, but you're the bad guys. Well, instead of having infinite resources, you would have to, harvest genetic material by mutilating cattle. You would have to abduct people and interrogate them and, do all sorts of things with them. Whatever. Point is, that's the mod I want, right? I think this is the way to go here. Okay. I think I'm gonna ditch all of these at once. I'm just gonna go see how fast this can go upwards, right? I'm also going to enable my reaction control system, trigger that at an appropriate juncture. Apoapс is now up to 6 kilometers. Soon we will... Oh, this is starting to shimmy. We're picking up a shimmy here. We're rotating around the wrong axis here. The long axis, wrong axis. It doesn't matter, this is... Note the frame rate in the top left corner. 2 frames per second. That's right. And we're about to go supersonic. Does anyone want to bet as to whether this will actually just simply break up before we get anywhere? I'm really curious to see what happens. You think it's gonna go boom? It's now showing 1 frame per second occasionally. The stresses are too high. The computations are too difficult. The computer is starting to catch. Oh, here we go! Here we go! It's losing it. It's losing it, baby. It's losing it. Oh yeah. Shimmy. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. I'm gonna just cut the power and see what happens. Oh look, we get bits breaking. That's what we want to see here. Supersonic breakup. Oh man, that is exactly... That is so satisfying when you have a rocket that just breaks into like 1,000 pieces. I mean, a rocket that explodes is fun, but a rocket that literally tears itself apart, that is fun. I think I have like an i7 6700K or something ridiculous. Okay, so obviously we can't go too fast, right? I shall keep the velocity below 250 maybe. I mean, the other thing I could do is just try to stretch this thing downwards a little. I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab these. Right, and once again, back with the incredible Rhyme Animal. We're going to just stretch these things. Oh, I said stretch. Hold on. Stretch. Okay, you're not stretching. Damn it. I need you to stretch for me. No, don't get shorter. What the heck? I asked you to stretch. What the? That? Yeah, but no. It's not cool. That is so uncool. There, okay. So I'm just moving these backwards a little, hoping to perhaps improve the stability of this. Because what else am I gonna do? There, okay. Save and launch. Oh, Chuck D. Oh man. What would happen if North Korea locked? I don't think North Korea. Okay, first of all, North Korea haven't got any manned spacecraft that could reach the space station, but I do not believe that they can dock with the space station without the space station assisting. So, yeah, it could try to grapple the space station, but I don't think that's technically docking. Okay, and go for it! Yeah, I love Bring the Noise. One of my favorite tunes ever in the history of the world of music history. Worldness. I mean, I have so many favorite tunes that I thoroughly encourage people to listen to. Chip's Old Courtesy is the greatest chip tune ever. Yeah, obviously the entire Joshua Tree album by U2 is actually flawless from end to end. I'm a fan of a Scottish band called Gun, who I just noticed, amusingly enough, ISA had on their webpage because Tim Peake apparently quite likes the band, which I find is hilarious. Basement Jacks are great, but my favourite track from Basement Jacks is Do Your Thing, which is like a... In the US, it was a B-side. I was like, what? Why is this the B-side? This is far better than the Peaches track, which was on the A-side. Yeah, what else have we got that I really, really love? Oh, yeah. Der Dritraum. I totally don't know how to pronounce that, but they do a track called Hail Bop, and it's a techno tune. Totally worth it. A guy called Gerald, Voodoo Ray, greatest acid house tune ever, except for, of course, Experience by Hard Floor. Hard Floor really know how to do the acid. I mean, I don't mean like doing acid, I mean making acid house. Acid house, for those that don't know, is what came from a crappy instrument called the TB-303. The TB-303 was transistor based, right? And the idea was that drum machines had become quite popular. Oops, crap. Drum machines had become popular, and so Roland had found success with the TR-808 and the TR-909. Actually, I might have my ordering done, but Roland's drum machines, the TR-808 and TR-909, TR stands for transistor rhythm. So bands or performers would just have like a drum machine playing in the background. So they thought, well, next logical thing is to have the drummer, it's not the drummer, the bass player be like this automatic box. So they made the TB-303, which would play like these bass lines on a loop. And it was total failure. Nobody bought it. And then apparently during early electronic music innovation period or whatever in Chicago, people fished these out of like garbage cans. They found them at garage sales. They were expensive devices, and they were battery powered, and they found that if you took some of the tuning knobs and you turned them way the heck up, it just sounded like nothing. It sounded like nothing else. And they figured out that you could like pull out the batteries and put the batteries back in, and then all the patterns would be randomized, so you just have like random tunes playing. And so people would just do this. They would like plug the batteries in and say, "Oh, I like that," or I hate that, plug it, unplug it, and then eventually they would get a loop that they liked, and they'd use that. And then they would turn all the knobs up to 11, and it would sound like this crazy acid house noise that was unlike any other conventional sounding synth at the time. And to make most of the actual backing track, they would adjust the modulation, right? So they would adjust the filter cutoff, and that would actually provide a lot of the real texture to the tune. You know, they would go down and they would build it up, build it up, build it up, just by adjusting. No, I'm not doing a everyone's like, gravity turn, gravity turn. They're like thinking that I'm forgetting gravity turn. I'm not doing a gravity turn in this thing. I want to get this thing as high as possible. I want to get this thing out of the atmosphere before we trigger a gravity turn, because this thing is going to tear itself apart if I'm not careful. Right? I'm going to throttle up now. I think that we're at 15 kilometers. The air pressure is dropping. I think I'm going to start risking a little more thrust here. I'm going to try going through the sound barrier now that I'm at 15 kilometers. See, I'm just like a music nerd. I love everything about music, and it's very hard to say I don't like any kind of music, because I just love every kind of music. I'm just a nerd. It's just so true. Okay, how are we doing? Apple is now 22 kilometers. We need to get higher. And we're still accelerating. Now we're through the sound barrier, and we are holding together. Hold 2 frames per second, yes. I'm gonna throttle this up a bit more. What about Coldplay? Some of their tunes I sorta like, but I thought they were really dull at the Super Bowl. I was like, oh god, it was painful watching them. Chris Martin does seem to do pretty well at writing songs in a minor key, but I don't know, like, it's really hard to get behind Chris Martin, but at the same time I kind of, you know, I think he's a nice guy. I've seen him, I've heard him, I've seen him on stage. I don't have a problem with him. I just think his Super Bowl performance was just like, Oh, K-pop is hilarious. Yeah, I think I have no problem listening to Asian pop tunes. No problem at all. Okay, let's throttle up a bit more. We're starting to get higher up out of the atmosphere. Can I talk about the Norden bomb site? I can't actually talk about I know nothing about the Norden bomb site. I think, is that what was actually used? It was an analog computer that was on bombers? Or is it a British or an American thing? Analog computers were able to do some amazing things in World War II. I'm just trying to launch something ridiculous into space at this point. There is nothing beyond launching this stupid creation. Disco. Oh man, I'm so happy for The Martian for letting people rediscover some of the most awesome disco tunes ever. Okay, come on, we're getting higher. I'm just wondering if I want to risk higher G-forces at this point. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. 600! Oh man, look at this. Look at the power in this thing. This is the worst looking spacecraft I've ever flown. Actually, it's not, but it's pretty darn fugly. Oh man. Polka? Oh yes. Oh, 5Gs. Okay, now. Okay, dare I ditch the stabilizers? I'm gonna ditch the rockets. Oh, it's still flying! It's still actually flying. Okay, next I'm gonna ditch these silly fins that are now no longer helping me. They're now gonna risk damaging things. Come on! I need you to move down. Come on! No! Oh man, it moved up a stage instead of down a stage. Come here! You know you want to. You know you make me wanna stage. A stage in the next. Come on now. Come on now. Don't forget to ditch that mass. Don't forget to ditch. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, man! Why is there a bit left? What the heck? Get out of here! Get your lardy butt off of my spacecraft. Decouple. There we go. Leave you behind, you stupid thing. Okay, I'm gonna fire prograde now. Okay, time to apoapse is 1 minute 40 seconds. Oh, and I can enable reaction control thrusters. So I gotta get this thing turned over a bit. What is my thrust to mass ratio? We're 1.46. So I'm actually gonna move over towards like the 45-degree mark. Yes! We're getting faster. Look at that debris we are leaving behind. Yeah, the physics engine is still concerning itself with the debris. I understand, but it need not worry. It is in safe hands. Yeah, let's go over to like 30 degrees. This thing is totally going into orbit. It's totally getting into orbit. It may not realize it, but it has been conquered. This space ring is now on its way to space. I can't believe you guys are still watching this after, like, God knows. We've done nothing in this live stream. We've just, like, done nothing of relevance. I was, like, hoping I would do something. I would knock, like, out a quick Kerbal challenge and then go and play some, I don't know. Oh, The Last Federation. Last Federation, one of my favorite games that I've been meaning to play more of. Okay, let's keep this going this way. Oh my god, 4 frames per second. Truly, we are entering a golden age for frames per second. The amount of frames per second is unheard of. How do the Soyuz part, real Soyuz, they're like more like 5 meters, I believe, but oh dear. You know what? I'm not. It's someone's like, oh, you know what we could do to make up for this is by making a VTOL, because of course this is exactly what I want to do at this point when I have to get up in 7 hours, right? That's okay. I'm still on prograde. You're right. I'm still on prograde. Very good point. Yes. That's why I'm flopping around like a wobbly, floppy fish type thingy. Okay, I'm gonna do this and stage. That's right. Now we're gonna hold this position. We're gonna hold the line. I'm gonna just adjust this a bit. Why is the game so laggy? It's because I have like 4,000 pieces here. This thing is just too big. And you know what? I've got this thing into space and I didn't include the buggies. 7 frames per second! My god, look at the power of this thing. Can you believe it? There's so many people asking questions, I can't answer everyone's questions, right? That's just really what was happening. I would love to have the time to do a VTOL, but I have to be up in under 7 hours, and I need to get some sleep, right? And I need to also, you know, be a father and all those other things. Oh man. It's not because of the graphics rendering, it's entirely because of the physics rendering. Maybe download a mod with ring parts, but that would miss the whole point of trying to build a ring. Your the eye can't see past 2.4 frames per second. I think you might be off slightly. Then again, saying that the eye cannot see any faster than 2.4 frames per second is still more scientifically accurate than saying the Earth is flat. Okay. Oh man, there's only a tiny bit left, and I think there's a lot of sediment in this. I'm just keeping the engine pointed at the... I'm actually going to have to point downwards now because my time to apoapse is decreasing too quickly. The eye will never need more than 640k. Why not just Photoshop some ring parts onto your ship? That would be awesome, but I don't know how to use Photoshop. Do people really do live Photoshopping on Twitch? Is there like a Photoshop channel? Now playing Photoshop. Swapping people's faces around. Yes. Well, so somebody was some guy right now is like, I've seen this video from Lake Michigan that shows that Chicago is visible at 60 miles across Lake Michigan. How can you explain that? And don't tell me about refraction because that's a bunch of bogus rubbish. And my response was like, well, actually, here's a picture that shows Chicago upside down across from the same position. It shows Chicago upside down because of refraction. It's like, oh, that's not a real image. That's a fake. Like, it's from the same page that you pulled that picture from. Like, it was just ridiculous. You know, the image he was pulling up was from a time lapse that shows the buildings getting taller and shorter, and he's like, no, that's not refraction. That can't possibly be refraction. So I'm like, well, are you saying that the buildings are actually growing? Like, yeah. There's a certain amount of denial, I'd say. Honestly, the discovery of gravity waves is just really important because it's really, really incredibly hard, and it's awesome that people have managed to find these things. But for most people outside the field, it's not going to be a game changer initially. It is obviously providing all sorts of interesting you know, constraints on other bits of science and things like that, but I wouldn't... It's not going to produce warp drives, or it's not going to produce, you know... I don't know, it's not going to be instant what it does, but what it does do is... It just demonstrates a really cool part of physics. It shows that Einstein's theories are still being proven correct. His predictions that he made, you know, years ago, decades ago, pardon me, are still being proven right. Once we find the graviton, oh man, the graviton, that is a scary prospect. Okay, we're in space. Yes, okay. Well, that was an utterly pointless episode where nothing happened. But I'm glad you guys were here, and I'm glad I drank some good beer, and I'm glad I got to shout at flat earthers because those guys, they're so funny. And girls. I don't know if I've ever seen a flat earther girl, but man, it's pretty funny. How do they reproduce? Seriously. Oh, you guys, I gotta say goodnight. I really have to get going. This was really an utterly pointless endeavor. But hey, look, we launched a giant gravity ring thing into space. And we probably have enough delta V to put it to the moon. Yeah, I think the commentary was the high point of this episode. I have to go now, so I'm going to say fare thee well. You have a marvelous time. Continue to fight the good fight. Start, you know, keep learning, keep thinking, keep speculating. And, yeah, fly safe. It's one of these! Which one is it? It's one of these, there! Stand by!